tonight he's going to give a talk on insight meditation. He had Mahasi meditation, insight meditation, started by the Mahasi's, Venerable Mahasi's Obama. I hope you will be interested in his talk. Thank you very much.
Venerable monks, friends, and the young. I'm very happy, I'm very pleased to be among you to give a Dhamma talk here tonight. I was encouraged by Venerable Buddhist, who is my teacher. Some people maybe know him. He is a learned monk. He is a good public speaker. And also, he is president of the Buddhist Council of New York. He suggested to me that I should give a Dhamma talk on the subject of the Mahasi meditation method. Friends, before I do presentation about the Mahasi meditation method, I would like to introduce you to the backgrounds of the four foundations of mindfulness discourse, which is the basis of the Mahasi meditation method. Once upon a time, our Lord Buddha visited to Kamasadama, which is a market town in Kuru. According to commentary explanation, Kuru was a rich country, a wealthy country. People of Kuru, very, very lucky, because their country is blessed with a good climate, a good food. They also very, very wealthy. They also very, very wealthy, spiritually, physically, and mentally. So they can understand, they could understand the deep teachings of the Buddha. That's why Buddha gave the 4 foundations of mindfulness discourse and could, after this discourse has given the Buddha, people of Buddha started practicing the 4 foundations of mindfulness meditation. They talked and discussed with each other about the 4 foundations of mindfulness discourse. They encouraged and supported among each other to be able to practice the 4 foundations of mindfulness. According to commentary, even the animals practice mindfulness meditation. There was a story about a parrot who practiced the mindfulness meditation. The parrot was adopted by Buddhist nuns and a nunnery. The Buddhist nuns trained and trained him how to practice the mindfulness meditation. The parrot, every day, the parrot got chance to practice mindfulness meditation. The nuns taught him how to practice the meditation of bones. Let's say meditation, bone meditations. So the parrot every day practiced reciting bones, 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 reflecting to his bones, others' bones. Unfortunately, one day the parrot was carried away by the big bird. Then the parrot made a loud noise to catch the attention of the nuns. Once the nuns heard him, they scared the big bird by crying, clapping their hands, throwing sticks with sticks, said, "There are some parrot from the danger of the big bird." When he got to nunnery, nuns asked him, "My son, why you doing and thinking when you are being captured by the big bird?" So the parent simply answered, "Mother, I was practicing the bow meditation, saying bones, bones, bones. And also I'm thinking, a pile of bones was carrying away another pile of bones. A pile of bones carrying away another pile of bones." Friends, now we are going to discuss the 4 foundations foundations of mindfulness discourse. Now we are going to discuss the 4 foundations of mindfulness meditation. There are 4 foundations of mindfulness: contemplation on the activities of body, contemplation on the feelings, contemplation on the activities of mind, on the mind, contemplation on the mental objects. These are 4 foundations of mindfulness. The activities of body, such as rising and falling of abdomen, rising and falling of abdomen, walking, cooking, washing dishes. There are many, many activities of body. We observe all the activities of body. We observed the most obvious activities of body. Contemplation on the feelings. There are 3 kinds of feeling: pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, neutral feeling. We observe these 3 kinds of feeling when they arise. The activities of minds, the mind, such as greed, hatred, and delusion, understanding, generosity, and kindness. There are also many, many activities of mind. Just I taught a few activities of mind. We observe the activities of mind when they arise. The mental objects, the last one. The mental objects also, there are many, many kinds of mental objects. Mental objects such as seeing, hearing, now you are hearing, seeing me. Hearing, seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, touching, knowing. There are many kinds of mental objects. We have to observe and note when they arise. This is the explanation of the 4 foundations of mindfulness in brief. Friends, we are going to discuss about the Mahasi meditation method or technique. Simply, the Mahasi meditation method is the 4 foundations of mindfulness practice, nothing else. But our Venerable Mahasi Sierra taught us how to practice these 4 foundations of mindfulness meditation through his experience of practice. We can practice 4 foundations of mindfulness while we are walking, while we are sitting, while we are doing our daily activities. when we practice mindfulness, when we develop mindfulness, while sitting, we should observe the rising and falling of abdomen. So, when we sit, we have to focus our mind on the abdomen. Then we have to observe, we have to note the rising and falling of abdomen. The whole process of the rising and falling of abdomen. The rising and falling of abdomen are the results of breathing. So, when some people like to observe breathing meditation, to practice breathing meditation. But we Mahasi meditation followers, practitioners, we observe the rising and falling of the abdomen. Venerable Mahasi Sayadaw introduces the beginners to the rising and falling of the abdomen, because it is very, very simple, it is very obvious to catch it, to observe. That's why it is a very, very prominent, obvious meditation object. That's why the rising and falling of the abdomen is primary meditation object of the Mahasi meditation method. And also, while sitting, we can observe sitting and touching, because for some people, the rising and falling of abdomen is not obvious. That's why for them, they can practice sitting and touching. When we observe, when we note sitting, we visualize the posture of sitting and note it, sitting. We have to observe sitting, visualizing the posture of sitting. We have to note it, sitting mentally, not verbally. When we observe touching, we have to focus our mind on the touching place. The sensation of touch usually occur on the area of buttock and thigh, because we sit long. That's why touching place usually arises. Usually there is the area of buttock and thigh. So when we observe touching, we have to focus our mind on the touching place. And we have to note mentally touching. Friends, we are going to discuss about walking meditation. This is sitting meditation. Now, we are going to discuss walking meditation. According to Mahasi meditation method, we develop mindfulness while we are walking. We walk mindfully. How we walk mindfully? Mahasi Sayadaw taught us the meditator should note each single step when we walk. The right step, the left step, the right step, the left step. In this way, he should note, he should observe, he should practice walking meditation, noting, observing each single step, saying mentally, right step, left step. In second way, we can practice walking meditation by noticing, by observing each step in two parts. Lifting, placing, lifting, placing. I should demonstrate, but no time. In this way, we can develop our mindfulness while we are walking. This is walking meditation. In third way, we can practice walking meditation by noticing each step in three parts. Lifting, pushing, placing. Lifting, pushing, placing. In this way, we observe, we practice walking meditation, noticing each step and three parts: lifting, pushing, placing, lifting, pushing, placing. So sitting meditation, walking meditation, I already explained in brief. We can practice these two kinds of meditation alternatively. Sometimes we practice sitting meditation. Sometimes we practice walking meditation. When we take long-term retreat, 1 hour sitting meditation is recommended. When we take long-term retreat, 1 hour walking meditation is recommended. At that time, it is depends you. We can practice for 50 minutes or 30 minutes sitting meditation, walking meditation. Sometimes the meditator doesn't practice walking meditation and sitting meditation. Then he should develop mindfulness doing his daily activities. What we are doing every day, we are cooking, we are eating, we are preparing food, we are washing dishes. These are our daily activities. We can do these our daily activities, developing mindfulness. When we wash dishes, we have to notice washing dishes. When we are eating, we have to note, we have to observe it, eating. Observing the whole process of eating activity. So in this way, whatever we do, whatever we speak, we have to practice mindfulness meditation. We have to do mindful. We have to do mindfully. In this way, we can develop while we are doing our daily activities. Friends, venerable monks, we are going to discuss about how to develop mindfulness on feelings. There are three kinds of feelings according to Mindfulness Sutra: pleasant, unpleasant, neutral feeling. When we sit long, when we sit meditation long, the unpleasant feeling usually occur, present. Then we have to observe it. What we feel. You pain. We feel pain, we have to observe pain, pain, pain. Sometimes while sitting, we feel very, very comfortable. We do not want to change our sitting postures. Then also we have to observe it. Comfortable, comfortable, comfortable. Sometimes we are indifferent while we are sitting. Then also we have to observe it. Indifferent, indifferent. In this way, whatever sensation, whatever feeling arises, we have to observe it. This is how to develop mindfulness on the feeling. Now we are going to discuss how to develop mindfulness in the activities of mind. You know, our mind is in its nature wandering, thinking, flickering. It usually goes where it likes. It is similar to a monkey. That's why sometimes Buddhist teachers say monkey mind. The monkey mind also we should observe it when it arises, when it comes. Thought of greed, thought of hate, thought of ignorance, thought of worry, thought of happiness, thought of unhappiness. These are activities of mind. Whatever mind, what type of mind arises, whatever arises, whatever thought arises, we have to observe it. When we happy, we have to observe it. Happy, happy. When thought of greed arises, greed, greed, greed. Or thinking, thinking. When thought of hate arises, we have to observe it. Hate, hate, hatred, hatred. Or thinking, thinking. When we have sorrow, we have to observe it. Sorrow, sorrow, sorrow. In this way, we have to practice. We develop mindfulness on the activities of mind. Friends, we are going to discuss about how to develop mindfulness on mental objects. Mental objects. Mental objects also there are many kind of mental objects, such as I told you, thinking, seeing, hearing, thinking, tasting, touching, thinking. These are mental objects. 5 aggregates are also mental objects. 5 hindrances of mental objects. Also mental states that leads to enlightenment, also mental objects. What is you are familiar? The 4 foundations of the 4 noble truths, also mental objects. We should develop mindfulness on these mental objects when they rise. When they rise. So we are going to discuss how to develop mindfulness on the 5 aggregates. 5 aggregates are body, feeling, perception, mental formation, and consciousnesses. These are 5 kinds of aggregates, 5 aggregates. 5 aggregates When 5 aggregates arise, we have to observe them. We observe the 5 aggregates when they rise. 5 aggregates make up what we call life. Now we are going to discuss how to develop 5 hindrances. There are 5 kinds of hindrances: sense desire, ill will, sloth and torpor, restlessness, and skeptical doubt. They really obstruct our meditation practice. When we sit meditation, they usually occur. They usually occur without inviting them. Let's say, when we sit meditation, the thought of sense desire arises. We want what we see, what we hear, what we thought, what we have done. We crave it. We like it. This is sense desire. When we see pleasurable things, we like it. This is a sense desire. When we see unpleasant things, we dislike. This is ill will. While sitting meditation, sometimes these sense desires, ill wills can arise because we are accustomed to them. We are familiar with them. When we sit meditation, especially, we are asleep. We sleep, we are sleeping. When we sit meditation, we sleep. This is sloth torpor. We are overwhelmed by the sloth torpor. When sloth and torpor or sleepiness arise while we are sitting, we forget, we fail to observe the meditation object. For example, the rising and falling of the dawn. So, when you feel sleepy, you have to observe it. Sleepy, sleepy, sleepy. In this way, we have to develop our mindfulness on the sloth torpor. Restlessness is wandering mind. Our mind does not stay still because of restlessness. Restlessness usually arises when we sit meditation. So, we have to observe it. Restlessness, when it arises. The last one is doubt. People, even though they are practicing meditation under a meditation teacher, but they have doubt whether what I am practicing is right or not. In this way, they have doubt. They are doubt. So, when the doubt, skeptical doubt arises, we fail to know, to observe, to develop mindfulness. That's why once doubt comes, arises, we have to observe doubt. In this way, we observe the mindfulness on the 5 hindrances. Now, we are going to discuss the wholesome mental states that leads to enlightenment. They are mindfulness, investigated knowledge, effort or energy, rapture, tranquility, concentration, and equanimity. These are very beautiful mental states that leads to enlightenment. Once our mindfulness highly developed, they occur. When they occur, simply we just simply observe it. Now, we are going to discuss about 4 noble truths. I think 4 noble truths is very familiar with practitioners, Dhamma practitioners. So, we are going to discuss how to develop the 4 noble truths. Actually, we are practicing mindfulness meditation for the sake of realizing the 4 noble truths. We are practicing 4 foundations of mindfulness meditation to realize the 4 noble truths. The meditator, when his concentration knowledge highly developed, he realizes this is the suffering, this is the cause of suffering, this is the end of suffering, this is the path that leads the end of suffering. This is the 4 noble truths. Buddha countless times preached 4 noble truths everywhere, every place, all the time, the whole life. This is his real message to us. This is a real teaching of Buddha. So we should try to understand, to try and learn. So what is the suffering? What Buddha said. About the suffering simply. Decay is suffering, death is suffering, sorrow and lamentation is suffering, association with the dislikes suffering, separation, the dislikes suffering, not to get what we wanted is suffering. In brief, the 5 aggregates are suffering. When we understand, when we realize that those suffering, agents are suffering, bodies suffering, etc., this is understanding in conventional reality. Now, we have to realize the truth in ultimate reality also. What in this way we can follow, we can understand the suffering what Buddha taught several times. 5 aggregates are suffering, Buddha said. Why? 5 aggregates are suffering. 5 aggregates are body, feeling, perception, mental formation, consciousnesses. They are really, actually impermanent. They are rising and perishing away, rising and perishing away. That's why the 5 aggregates are not permanent. impermanent phenomena. What is impermanent? It is not happiness. It is a real suffering. What is impermanent? Suffering is unsatisfactoriness. So, the five aggregates are, therefore, five aggregates are suffering. We crave five aggregates. What we mean, we like it suffering. Because what we like, what we crave is five aggregates. Five aggregates make up what we call life. What we like is five aggregates, which is life, is impermanent. We like it, we crave it, suffering. That's why Buddha said, in ultimate reality, try to understand, to realize about our life, to penetrate what they really are. What is the cause of suffering? Craving is suffering. Craving for sense desire, craving for existence, craving for non-existence, according to scriptures explained in this way. Craving is the real cause of suffering. The cause of suffering. We are dear to our life, so we now with life. Now we have life. We are human beings, as a human beings. We crave it. We want it. To be reborn as a human being, to be reborn as a deity or other beings. So, because of craving, we are born as a human being. Because we appreciate our life. We now born as a human being. We are with the suffering. We are with suffering. So, this is a real suffering. So, if we want to stop this process of suffering, the perishing, arising and perishing, the rising and perishing process, we have to cut the craving. We have to cut the craving. That's why when we are seeing, we have to observe it, see it, not to give rise to craving, to what we see. When we are hearing, we have to observe it and note, not to give rise to craving to what we are hearing. When we are smelling, we have to observe it and note, not to give rise to craving. When we eating, tasting, we have to note eating, not to give rise the craving, not give rise to the craving. So, in this way, Buddha taught us how to cut, how to stop, how to eliminate the cause of suffering. Now we are going to discuss the ending of the suffering. It is simply when the craving is ceased, this is the end of suffering. And now, right now, we are listening to my talk, no more craving. In this moment, craving is ceased in everybody. We enjoy the end of suffering in this moment, very peaceful. In this way, we should try to understand about the Nibbana. Okay? So now we are going to discuss how to discuss about the path leads to the ending of suffering. The right path understanding, right understanding, right thinking, right speak, right act, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration, right concentration. So there are 8 noble paths, 8 fourfold noble paths. Right understanding. What is the right understanding? Knowing Four Noble Truths is right understanding. What is the right thought? Thought free from greed, hatred, and cruelty. What is the right speech? Not telling lies, not slandering, not backbiting, not telling nonsense. What is right act? Not killing, not stealing, not committing sexual misconduct. What is the right livelihood? The more people live in way of right living, avoiding living in way of wrong living, such as not making drugs and poisons, not selling weapons, etc. What is the right effort? The effort to avoid and overcome the unwholesome mental states, to arouse and develop the wholesome mental states. Mental states are, kindness, wholesome mental states, kindness, generosity, loving kindness, meditation, these many wholesome mental states. Right mindfulness. Simply, we are practicing, you are hearing the 4 foundations of mindfulness. What is the right concentration? What is the right concentration? Our mind focus on the meditation objects. There are 40 kinds of meditation objects recommended Buddhist scriptures. These are right concentration. These are 8 fourfold noble truth, which is the path leads to the ending of suffering. Friends, I have a lot of things to tell you, but to save time, I think to conclude my speech. So I'm going to conclude my speech with 7 benefits of mindfulness, 4 foundations of mindfulness discourse. Here, a bhikkhu. This is the only way for the overcoming of sorrow and limitation, for the destroying of sorrow and limitation, for the destroying grief and suffering, for the reaching the right path, for the attainment of Nibbana. These are 4 foundations of mindfulness. Thank you very much. May all of you practice, develop mindfulness by practicing mindfulness, 4 foundations of mindfulness meditation. Thank you very much. If you have any question about 4 foundations of mindfulness discourse of meditation, you may ask me. I'm going to answer as my best. I told you we should cultivate concentration, focusing our mind on the 40 kinds of meditation wanted by the scriptures, Buddhist scriptures. But we understand about this 2 ways. Some people like to practice only pure samatha meditation. They should practice, they should select one of these 40 kinds of meditation to develop their concentration. Now we are practicing 4 foundations of mindfulness. So in this case, we focus our mind on the 4 foundations of mindfulness: body, feeling, conscious mind, and mental objects. So we develop what kind of concentration is momentary concentration. When you practice mindfulness meditation, you automatically develop a momentary concentration because you are practicing inside meditation. Mindfulness meditation is inside meditation.
Is the samatha practice discouraged by Mahasi? I read one of his books where he says that when the nimitta or the sign of concentration arises, you sort of note it until it goes away. And if it doesn't go away, you should just ignore it altogether.
Some signs do not disappear easily, quickly, so you have to avoid it. Because we are trying to note the process of mind and body, engaging the process of mind and body. But if you note what you see in mind or through eye, the noting mind takes place. So the signs okay, not concerned. This movement
not concerned. Should that return to the body? Is that or see it as a mental formation?
While you are sitting, you see the sign. This is you are thinking something. You are thinking something in mind. This is sort of activities of mind. You have to observe it, you have to note it. Thinking, seeing what you experience.
So when doing a walking meditation, are you limited in mindfulness steps themselves? Or what about while you're walking, if there are thoughts or you're actively moving up and down, is that not to be focused on and you focus only on the steps? Or
I think this is a good point. I have to mention. When we practice walking meditation, also one of foundations of mindfulness can arise, such as body, activities, body, mind. While you are walking meditation, you focus your mind, then you are noticing right and left, right, left. Some thoughts interrupt your concentration. Thinking arises when you are practicing walking meditation. Then you have to stop, noticing the steps. When you have to notice, you have to observe it, thinking. Okay? Then you have to resume, you have to start again. Walking meditation.
I think it's a related question. Are you saying that we structure the meditation? I mean, so you stop when you're walking and then a thought arises and you stop and you attempt to control the meditation?
We should start.
It's not just a mindfulness on anything that comes up
at the moment. Thought is very prominent, obviously taking place. That's why we have to observe it. So we have to remember, when we practice meditation, we have to take it, we have to observe it. The most obvious meditation object. There are many kinds of meditation objects, but we have to choose, we have to select the most obvious meditation object. While you are walking, thoughts increasing comes so for a while you have to stop it, and then you have to observe it, thinking. After 2-3 thoughts disappear, and start again.
Primary object of meditation in Vipassana really is the predominant action in any of the sense bases. So in other words, I'm sitting here and meditating, and I hear the truck go by, I hear this hearing, and the truck is gone with the sound, I don't hear the sound, and I go back to whatever is most predominant. So it can be coming in any of the sense doors. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Predominant.
How long does it take to complete the 4 foundations of mindfulness meditation?
Depends on you. Some people, if you practice mindfulness of meditation honestly, you can take enlightenment within 7 days. Some people 7 months, some people 7 years, some people the whole year, the whole life. It just depends on the individual. It depends on your effort. Yes, you can. The questions, don't worry. Whatever you want to ask, it's a discussion, about discussion. Okay? It's unfortunately, it's once a day and once a time. That's why.
Another question, what are the
gift? It's about gift.
What are the benefits of mindfulness meditation?
Benefits? I recited when I conclude my speech, see, to overcome for the purification of mind, to purify our mind. For the purification of mind is the first benefit. For the overcoming of sorrow and limitation. For the overcoming of grief and suffering. For the reaching right path. Right path, four and eightfold noble paths. Or sometimes we said, path consciousnesses. Path consciousnesses. For the attainment of Nibbana. For the scripture we said, fruition consciousness. Fruition consciousness and path consciousness. Once path consciousness rises, you realize it true. You attain Nibbana. Once you attain Nibbana, you can enjoy again and again what you experience. Bliss, state of bliss. Fruition consciousness. So these are 7 benefits of 4 foundations of mindfulness. Okay.
In the eightfold, whatever they are, the list of 8, what is the difference between right thought and right mindfulness? It seems to be a very subtle distinction to me.
Right thought and right mindfulness.
Yes.
Right mindfulness, right concentrations are one group concentration group called group of concentration. Right mindfulness and right concentration is called concentration group. Right thought and right understanding is understanding group. Group of wisdom, group of knowledge. Right speech, right act, right livelihood, then the right effort are called morality group. So, the meditator practices mindfulness meditation, so he is practicing moral principles, he is developing concentration, he is trying to realize the truth. If we refine the 8-fold noble truths, there are 3 groups. Okay? This we have to try to understand.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions, perhaps? I would like to thank you very much, Sanjay, for your talk. I'm very happy with the audience, too. I'd like to say just a couple of words about Buddhism. You know, every person in Buddhism can have his own path, and many different interpretations of the teaching of the Buddha. But it is this denomination, the Theravada Buddhists, who have memorized the exact words of the Buddha. So when we were here today, were actually very close to what the Buddha actually said. And they have not deviated from, in any way, from this path. I would like to ask John Flynn, please, can you tell us about the Dharma class that the Reverend Intaka has? Where and when and who to contact and what kind of class it is, and how you feel about it.
Yeah, well, Venerable Intaka has a Dhamma class, and we have a meditation group that meets Tuesday nights. I don't happen to have the address on hand, but if you'd like to call me, you can. My number is area code 718, and it's 768-4726. And one night a week we meet in an apartment in Manhattan. Venerable Intaka leads the meditation. Before the class we have a sutra class. Excuse me, before the meditation we have a sutra class for an hour. And then after the discussion we have the meditation for an hour.
And John, explain what a sutra class is. How you have it.
Well, originally it started as just a group of people interested in meditation. And we asked Venerable Intaka if he would, well, we were interested in Buddhism and interested in the different sutras, but most importantly, I believe it was the Abhidhamma. So we asked Venerable Intaka if he would teach us the Abhidhamma.
Please explain, what is a sutra and what is the Abhidhamma?
Well, they're discourses that the Buddha accordingly have written, and they're divided into different books. I understand it mostly as two forms of understanding reality. One is a conventional Dhamma, which I think you would find in the Dhammapada or in the gradual sayings. And then the other, which is really the framework of conventional Dhamma, which is Abhidhamma. And I understand that to be the ultimate truth. And those teachings actually are found in the Dhammapada and the other gradual sayings and so forth, but they're more of the structured framework rather than the literal concepts. Abhidhamma in comparison to the Dhammapada is more analytical, and I guess you might consider it more scientific.
So would it be all right for persons to approach you tonight, and perhaps you can make contact with somebody who may be interested?
If anyone's interested in the meditation class to come on Tuesday night, you can call me or come and ask me before you leave. That would be fine. Sure.
What is your name?
John. My name is John. And my number is 718-768-4726.
Thank you, John Flynn. We have a couple of announcements here. On Thursday, there's going to be a really big event at St. John the Divine. His Holiness, the Dalai Lama from Tibet, is going to be there. And I have a telephone number here of the St. John the Divine box office. You can try calling area code 212-622-2133. And this will be the beginning of his I believe it's a 2-week visit. I don't know if it's $10. $10. Is there any literature here on this?
Yes, there's some here.
So you may pick up.
This is a calendar for all the events for the next 2 weeks. The various Tibetan schools will be giving presentations of their philosophy and teachings at the Ramada Inn. I have no way of knowing how much it costs.
They're $25 a piece if you order it separately. I don't know if there are still tickets available, and it's 100 for the series, the Nature of Mind series.
And then there also are the various exhibits at the IBM Gallery, the American Museum of Natural History, the manufacturing of Tibetan dolls, which will be going on for the next 6 weeks at the museum. You can go and watch the monks create these dolls. And there are other activities too. Also, Saturday night on the 12th, upstairs, the Sakya monks from Tibet are going to give their ritual dances. Never before seen.
I have that literature here too. So this was, it's $10, 7:30 to 9:15 on Saturday, upstairs here in the chapel. And also, one last thing, I really wish to thank Orlando Brugnola to stand up. This is just terrific. She organized. She got us this room, and this is we're doing just great this year. So that about wraps it up. Please don't forget to pick up some of these booklets, and also